What do you think of the concept of the AI in practice now that we've played the multiplayer and we have them there? How do you feel about them? I gotta say, I really love them. I think it adds something to the experience personally.
I'm gonna come around to it. I'm for sure gonna come around to it. Right now I don't like it, but I can tell it's just a temporary thing. It's just, the reason why I don't like it is because it's an adjustment. They all have their distinctive quirks and everything, their sense of humor, and that takes me a bit out of the experience of Halo feeling serious, but at the same time, I'm the same guy that says every time how much I miss Halo 2 and 3 era Bungie when the characters had a sense of humor and didn't take the world so seriously. So I'd be a hypocrite, and I am.
They do say
so
funny
I
stuff
actually
that lightens the mood.
Yeah, I think what it is that it reminds me so much of like how Halo 5 and 4 had somewhat of a jockiness to it. Not that I think these AI do, but like it's so different, right?
Yeah.
And like whereas you had the jockiness and everything like that, in this one you have like just absolute goofiness. But they say some cool stuff, and they're so supportive of you. Like I had my AI at one point said something like, I'm paraphrasing, but they were like, "I knew I made a good choice when I chose you," and I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah,
yeah, yeah." I mean,
neat.
To me,
my day's better.
To me, it feels like, I mean, they don't seem like they're an essential part of the game where like this game couldn't have functioned without them, but it feels like a really fun add-on and a way to further customize your Spartan, your character, to make it, you know, have some fun, lighthearted moments. They're going to be able to expand that so much over the course of the 10-year life of this game with new versions. Have you picked, which one have you found to be your favorite of the AI?
Oh, it was the one that looks like a triangle.
Triangle, yeah. Is it Fret or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I can't remember. It might be, but
I think my favorite's BUTLR. But
BUTLR?
Yeah.
I haven't tried BUTLR yet.
Yeah.
I think the thing I like most about them, though, and this is gonna sound, I'm going off the deep end a little bit, but I think it's honestly just really good for like the mental health feedback rewarding.
Yeah.
Like the neurons or the endorphin release, right? Because it's like when you do really good, then you don't, you know, if you don't have a player you're playing with that you know, if you're not communicating via headset, you know, you have this AI who's constantly like cheering you on and telling you did a great job, and how like when the one told me that it was like it knew it made a good choice when it chose me or whatever, I was just like, that is so like affirming to hear. I was like, that makes me feel really good. Yeah. And granted, there's a lot of times the AI was saying stuff and I haven't paid attention to it because I'm so focused. Yeah. But when I do pay attention, I'm like, cool. I notice I don't hate it. It's just that it's new and I just have to get adjusted to it. But it feels mentally very affirming. Yeah. I think that's the whole point of them, I think, is to provide a little bit of humor, a little bit of support without without really affecting the game.
I think the one thing I have to say I'm extremely impressed with is when they first announced these personal AIs, I thought, man, I don't want them taking anything away from Jeff Steitzer, because I'd rather just have more Jeff Steitzer than have them. But when I play the game, it feels like they've truly put these AIs in the universe, and it's my AI with me, and Jeff Steitzer gets all the time to shine he's ever needed still. It doesn't feel like they're fighting for attention or overlapping. They did balance that really well.